KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. All new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E Fueling Excellence, McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, the trial for a man accused of plotting to kill a cop drives on, the defendant back on the witness stand. Plus, a detainee is found dead inside the prison's max security unit, investigators awaiting autopsy results. And an apparent cockfighting ring in Washington state uncovered, the alleged ringleaders are from Guam.
Hafide and good evening.
Oh, he was planning payback, not murder. Defendant Jeremiah Sasaki takes the stand again to explain himself. During cross-examination today, it's evident he didn't quite think his plan through.
All he knew is he wanted evidence to use against GPD officer Benny Babauta, who he believed planted a gun and drugs on him a week prior. Here's more. Having sex may not be a crime, but making unwanted sexual advances, that could definitely land someone on the wrong side of the law. Defendant Jeremiah Ishizaki admits that 6 years ago, he had asked his childhood friend, Janessa Corpus, for help. The plan, Corpus would lure GPD officer Benny Babauta to a secluded location where he would hopefully make a move on her. Ishizaki stated, quote, I thought he would come on to her and engage in sexual conduct, end quote. That act would be recorded, and Ishizaki hoped he could turn that in to GPD's internal affairs to investigate. Quote, I was thinking if I was to get some kind of evidence from Mr. Babauta doing some misconduct, then maybe I could go to IA and they'd listen to me then, end quote. As we reported on Tuesday, Ishizaki didn't think he stood a chance against GPD. Ishizaki testified that he believed Officer Babauta set him up. A week prior to his arrest for allegedly plotting to kill the cop, he was chased down by police. Ishizaki maintained he didn't have a gun and drugs on him when cops pulled him over. Quote, the officers were making it seem like they got something big on me. I felt like they were attacking me when they mentioned gun and drugs because I didn't have none of that, end quote. The first time he saw the gun was when he was tried by a federal jury and eventually convicted. Babauta wasn't a witness in that trial. During cross-examination, prosecutor Sean Brown poked holes in Ishizaki's plan, that Ishizaki had been wearing a helmet during the chase. Therefore, Babauta couldn't have known it was him. Even if Corpus participated in the plan, Brown reminded Ishizaki that having sex isn't a crime. Ishizaki responded, quote, it didn't get that far, end quote. Ishizaki is charged with conspiracy to commit murder and terrorizing, both as felonies. The plan, as we reported, never panned out because Corpus reported it to police. Earlier in trial, she testified that Ishizaki came to her home, where he mentioned that Babauta had set him up. When she told police Ishizaki wanted to, quote, take him off the streets, end quote, she testified that police jumped the gun and assumed it meant to kill the cop. She insisted it meant to set the cop up and get him off the force. Lieutenant Babauta remains on the force and is assigned to support as the acting division chief. Brutal attacks, one of which turned deadly, forced the local prison to enhance monitoring of its inmates and detainees. That effort now being questioned after a detainee is found dead inside a cell at a temporary maximum security unit.
We first brought you the story earlier today. Kiani Mendiola has this report.
It happened in a matter of minutes. A male detainee at the Department of Corrections is found dead in his cell.
He was found by officers. The officers on a 6 a.m. range check found that he was still alive at the time, and then at 6:25 when he was discovered, found him lifeless.
GPD and GFD units were called to the scene at the facility's Post 5 housing, causing a full institutional lockdown of the unit until 7:15 a.m. DOC officials have identified the detainee as Vincent Seguenza Cruz. In April 2017, Cruz was arrested and charged after holding a Dededo family hostage for hours and having a subsequent shootout with police.
GPD was called, Criminal Investigation Division looked at the scene and inspected the cell. Preliminary findings at this point in time rule out any foul play.
Officials say Cruz was alone in his cell at the time of his death, and an initial review of the scene by Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola suggests that he might have taken his own life. However, his cause of death is pending an autopsy set for Thursday afternoon. Now, according to KUAM files, it was earlier this year Cruz had tried to plead insanity for his alleged crimes and enter into a plea agreement with the government. Director Lamarena ensures that the actions of correctional officers throughout the discovery of the body were in accordance with standard procedures. But as a part of protocol, an internal affairs investigation is currently underway. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Kiani Mediola.
Illegal cockfighting in the Pacific Northwest. 2 Guamanians are placed under arrest accused of running the operation in Washington state. The suspects admitting to investigators they would ship the roosters to Mexico, the Philippines, and even Guam.
Yeah, authorities say the pair are the ringleaders of the illegal operation in Port Orchard. Over the weekend, they descended on the remote stretch of roadway at the house they say cockfighting was staged, along with breeding and betting. Cairo 7's Ranji Sina with our affiliate in the Evergreen State has more.
And he said, well, they were raiding a cockfight back there.
Harry Mertel says police invaded his quiet neighborhood to close down cockfighting. Authorities say was centered at one house with over 300 roosters. Mertel says he knew the man who owns the property and says that he's been there for over 20 years.
I knew he raised fighting cocks, but he shipped them overseas. Or at least I thought he was doing that.
This is a pretty large operation. We don't necessarily come across the fighting rings a whole lot in our area.
The Washington State Gambling Commission released video of their raid this past weekend and said complaints from neighbors started their investigation.
I don't know why they didn't do something about it a lot sooner, because we've known about it for a long, long time.
Andrew Beamer suspects the fights have been going on for 5 years and was concerned with crowds that authorities say would come for as many as 20 fights.
At night, a lot of times we saw lights and everything. I just don't like the neighborhood filling up.
Fair enough. That's a good enough reason.
I'm an old cowgirl and I like out in the country.
Authorities say Kenneth Castro San Nicolas and Joe Salas were arrested, and there could be more charges for the 27 in total who were detained.
Anytime you have people gathering to conduct any type of illegal activity, there's concerns that there will be other crime involved.
Authorities say many of the gamecocks had to be euthanized because they were given steroids and trained to be aggressive. Some say authorities were right to take action.
Oh, I'm glad it's gone. I don't believe in that. To me, that's cruelty to animals.
San Nicolas and Salos are charged with professional gambling, animal fighting, ownership in gambling device, and leading organized crime.
Multiple home invasions and burglaries in the past 2 days. The latest reported in Jigo, landing a 29-year-old man in custody. Stephen Frankie Fernandez Cruz is charged with home invasion, terrorizing, family violence, and criminal mischief. Police say the victim's estranged boyfriend showed up to the home, making threats and trying to get inside. She denied him and locked the door. Authorities say the suspect tried to use a pickaxe to get into the home, damaging the door. He took off and was later picked up by police.
He is accused of trying to break into a home in Totu, this while the family was inside. Scheme Ray is charged with home invasion, attempted burglary, and attempted criminal trespass. Documents state 2 children yelled for help after the suspect tried to get in through a bedroom window. One homeowner pulled the suspect back outside. The suspect tried to fight the victim before taking off. He later returned with a machete in each hand, calling the victim out to fight again. The suspect was taken to the ground and restrained by police.
A scary moment for one Agate couple after waking up to find 2 strangers walking around inside their home. Now 1 man and a teen are placed under arrest. Sancho Relax is charged with burglary, theft, and criminal trespass. Documents state 1 victim screamed after spotting the pair, forcing them to take off. Multiple items were reported missing, including purses, a smartphone, and at least $400 in cash. The suspects were later identified and taken into custody.
The next time you swipe your card, be warned. This social media post went viral overnight. The reporting party went straight to police after discovering a skimming device in this Bank of Guam ATM located in the Micronesia Mall food court on Tuesday. The ATM has since been removed, and GPD and the U.S. Secret Service launched investigations. Now, according to police, the reporting party was approached by an unknown male upon discovering the skimming device. He's described as possibly European with a medium build and dark complexion. That man insisted he take the device to police, but the reporting person protested that request. He eventually walked away without incident. Police advise residents to check the card reader before inserting your card, cover your PIN number, and routinely check your bank statements. In a statement from Bank of Guam, they report all their ATMs have been inspected. No other machines were affected by the skimming device. Land Management Deputy Director David Camacho is speaking out. He feels like he was thrown under the bus for signing off on land trust switches.
Now banned from the Chamorro Land Trust, he sits down with our Chris Barnett to tell his side of the story.
The old man shuffles through a box of papers, records of all the phone calls he'd made to Chamorro Land Trust applicants and leaseholders. Each slip of paper tells a story, a date, time, information about how he says he helped the people, many of them Manumku, navigate and better understand the maze of paperwork and procedures it takes to apply for Chamorro Land Trust land. David Camacho, the controversial Deputy Director of Land Management, banned from the Chamorro Land Trust by the CLTC Board.
Deputy Director of Land Management be recused and removed and no longer involved in any way in any of the approvals, decisions, or in any way manage our Chamorro Land Trust program or staff.
Camacho says he struggled with his emotions at that meeting, and he says he's been made into a scapegoat for the CLTC controversy.
I left the meeting because of that. I don't want to do anything drastic in front of the public. Not to mention my name in public, that she doesn't know what I'm doing, that's a big surprise to me.
Vince Leon Guerrero, a special assistant to the governor detailed to the CLTC, says he feels where Camacho is coming from.
Being caught off guard and called out publicly, I can understand where he would feel a little bit hurt.
My family's hurt and all those things. Some of them feel bad about it. Even the wife. But whatever comes, we'll face it.
He was reprimanded publicly at the meeting for signing off on 17 land trust applications that involve switching dates and times, something that's been standard practice since the inception of the Chamorro Land Trust. According to Leon Guerrero, Camacho signed off on some of the switches when he was acting CLTC administrator in 2014, while former administrator Monty Mofness was terminally ill. Camacho said everything he signed was done by the book, even if it was in violation of public law.
It comes from the land agent to the land administrator to me for approval, but on the approval that I've done, I make sure that there's a certified and authorized document from the leasee or from the individuals that's asking to switch.
While Camacho and DLM Director Mike Bora have taken the lion's share of the blame for the CLTC controversy, Camacho says the blame should be shared from the top to the bottom. Here he references the AG's opinion declaring leases not signed by the board void.
The board members and the chairperson should have questioned those things. We have issued out so many leases, and they know that we have issued out so many leases. Why did they question where's the lease? Well, how come we didn't sign it?
While Leon Guerrero says it's premature to say if Camacho will ever come back to the CLTC, Camacho looks at his almost 10 years in the department fondly.
I think I did a lot.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
CLTC Board Chair Pika Farron responded, quote, "I apologize to Mr. Camacho if the actions of the Commission were taken any other way, especially if taken personally, which he seemed to be expressing. Mr. Camacho has certainly been important to the CLTC, but it's the admin director, Michael Borja, who needs to be handling his duties, not passing them off to his deputy," end quote.
More news in a moment.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Heavenly Father, this is the beginning of our journey to get us where you have willed for us to be. We ask you, Lord, to please grant us the grace to continue in our mission.
We can't think of anybody better to lead us than someone that has built and expanded a business to help expand Guam and its economy. That leader is Lou Leon Guerrero.
They welcome us into their homes, into their lives, because they want us, Lord. They want us to lead them to advocate. But so we ask you, Lord, please grant us that grace. Grant us the grace to deliver what you have willed for us.
We're working hard because it's time for a change. It's time for a change in Adelo. It's time for a change that will make the lives of our people better.
And with your help, Lord, we will get where you have willed for us. We make this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
We are the better choice.
This message.
In this divided world, there are still things that unite us. Great music, thrilling games, and the love for that perfect burger. Ruby Tuesday Guam, for the love of burgers menu. For a limited time, get an amazing burger for just $11.99. Lunchtime at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
It's a much-needed reprieve for local ratepayers. GPA will not be raising rates for the next fuel adjustment period.
The CCU has approved a plan to hold steady for now unless the cost of fuel rises too high. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The decision is a welcome surprise for consumers who've been besieged by a host of tax and fee hikes lately. Only a couple of weeks ago, GPA was talking about an increase in the fuel adjustment clause known as the LEAC because of rising oil prices. But GPA General Manager John Benavente says fuel seems to be leveling off, so they will stand pat on rates for the next 6 months, though it still leaves them with up to $10 million in under-recovery.
We've been able to absorb $16 million in the past, and we've been recovering some of that. So at worst case, it would allow us to go ahead and take a look, like hopefully things settle in and not have to raise the rates.
There is a caveat, though. If the price per barrel of oil shoots above $77, they'll go back to the Public Utilities Commission for a rate increase.
We always have an option that if really prices are starting going north very steeply, then we can file an immediate emergency petition if necessary.
Benavente says while rates are based on various business factors, they do take into account the economic situation faced by ratepayers.
We try to see how we might find a way to help alleviate, we can't necessarily mitigate it, but try to alleviate the impact of all of this.
He says the long-term solution is the ongoing effort to decrease GPA's reliance on fossil fuels and replacing it with more renewable energy sources. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
A key provision for Guam's H-2B foreign labor workforce clears the House. Congresswoman Madeline Berdalio says the just-passed bill to reform the Northern Mariana CW worker program also extends Guam's exemption from the national H-2B visa caps until 2029. That means foreign worker levels here would not be subject to mainland quotas, at least throughout the project duration of the military buildup. Similar legislation has already passed the Senate. The measure still has to be signed by the president.
Acting Governor Ray Tenorio signed 7 bills into law. Among the list, 159 by Joe San Augustine raises the mandatory school age from 16 to 18. 227 by Luis Muña requires health insurers to cover breast cancer screening starting in January. And Bill 268 by Regine Biscolique bans single-use carry-out plastic bags. You can view the complete list on KUAM.com. Well, it's summertime, and if you're a student looking for a summer job, UOG is looking for interns who think green.
So, who better to task this story than our very own intern, Salome Vuki, who has this week's Think Green.
Getting your foot in the door has never been greener. If you're a college or high school student who loves science and all things eco-friendly, the UOG Center for Island Sustainability has a green opportunity for you, like collecting data for the Tossie Beach Guides internship.
So it'll be user data on our usage of the beaches, how many people are coming to certain beaches and what types of activities they're doing there, and then that will help our natural resource managers better plan for how to take care of our coastal resources.
Tossie Beach Guides are paid to put their love for science to the test and monitor coastal resources. Other opportunities include restoring Guam's watersheds, an initiative known as GROW.
So we have a really great project focused around research that could help us restore those watersheds, improve the health of our native forests and regrow native forests, and also improve the health of our coral reefs down below in the watershed.
Some students are already taking advantage of the ocean of opportunities at UOG. These projects hold the key to the future of island sustainability here on Guam.
I'm studying seed balls, which is just a mixture of seeds, compost, and clay. And I'm studying our native savanna species in hopes to restore our watersheds.
The deadlines for these paid internships is fast approaching. All are encouraged to apply online or at UOG Sea Grant. For this week's Think Green, I'm Salome Vuki.
For more on how you can get involved, go to this story on KUAM.com.
And sports is next.
Smartphone Super Sale event. Enjoy huge savings on our most popular Samsung Galaxy smartphones. But this offer won't last long. So drop into a GTA store today.
Introducing the Alpha Plus app. With the rewards feature, you can earn points and get free rewards. Filing insurance claims gets no easier, as you can receive feedback within 24 hours. Easily check your insurance balance and insurance policy with the My Policy feature. So download the all-new Alpha Plus app on Google Play or the App Store. Alpha Plus, make every day a plus.
It's a celebration at Cars Plus in Mighty. And during our Jeep Celebration event, you'll save thousands on every new Jeep in stock. Like a new 2018 Compass, save up to $3,750. Or save up to $4,000 on a new 2018 Cherokee. How about a new Renegade? Save up to $6,000. Plus, buy today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Hurry in for our Jeep Celebration event, going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We get the show started tonight with some golf news on the Pepsi Open Golf Tournament. Check it out. The 2018 Pepsi Open Golf Tournament going down this Saturday at Starts Guam Golf Resort. 30 teams have already registered for the event, with slots still open for a few more 4-player teams. The cost is $500 per team and comes with green fees, food around the course, banquet, and ditty bag.
It's a 4-man scramble Callaway. So all players tee off. They choose the best location of the drive, and all 4 use that location for the next shot, and this continues in this fashion all the way to the 18th hole.
Players can register at Stars Guam Golf Resort, Pepsi's main office in Harmon Industrial, or log on to facebook.com/Pepsi or email marketing@pepsi.com.gu. Prizes include 55-inch TVs, Apple phones, bottles of Johnny Walker Blue Labels, $7,600 in cash or $5,000 cash for hole-in-one prizes. Prizes also for closest to the pin and longest drive.
The first place team will get $1,000 in cash and 4 brand new drivers. Second place will get $600 in cash plus 4 3-woods. And the third place team will win $400 in cash and 4 putters. And the lowest gross team will win a prize as well.
When it comes to grub, Tony Roma's, Capricciosa, Hard Rock Cafe, Mescla, California Pizza Kitchen, Tunu Barbecue Company, and PIC Serving It Up. Proceeds from this year's event will go towards Pepsi's Green Project as the company celebrates 50 years on Guam.
What we plan to do is from the airport road, turning right, we plan to plant trees at the median of the road. It'll benefit, of course, our motorists, but it'll also help us with our visitors from off-island who come to see what a beautiful island Guam is.
The tournament will also feature a live leaderboard players can access through their phone while on the course.
People will be able to submit their scores to our hole watchers, and then they'll be able to track live the leaderboard to see who has the lowest score as of that moment. They'll be able to catch up or see who's leading or see who's not doing so good.
Chaminade University basketball players Cali Beneventi, Destiny Castro, and Abdel Putashi from Jose Rizal University in Manila are on island serving as camp leaders at the ACAS Summer Youth Basketball Camp. The camp is held at the Tumuning Gym from now through August 3rd for players 6 to 14 years old. The camp consists of 2 sessions. Session 1 is from 9 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon for ages 6 to 10, and Session 2 is from 1 to 4 in the afternoon for ages 11 to 14. Anyone interested in learning the rules, developing their skills, team building, and having fun should come out and participate. The cost is $85 per week per child and includes purified water and equipment. Parents should have their child dressed in a dark t-shirt, gym shorts, and rubber shoes. Registration can be made at the Tumuning Gym on Mondays at 9 in the morning for Session 1 and 1 in the afternoon for Session 2. You can contact the Tumuning Mayor's office at 646-5211 or visit GuamBasketball.com for more info and to download registration forms. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram under Guam Basketball. In soccer news, the Junior Masakata, Guam's U16 Women's National Team, and the Young Masakata, Guam's U19 Women's National Team, will play in Sri Lanka and Kyrgyz Republic, respectively, after the official AFC draw took place. The Junior Masakata has been drawn into Group A of the AFC U16 Women's Championship Qualifier Round 1 with China PR, Uzbekistan, Jordan, and host country Sri Lanka. The team will be playing September 15th through the 23rd. The Young Masakata has been drawn into Group C of the AFC U19 Women's Championship Qualifier Round 1 with Uzbekistan, United Arab Emirates, Maldives, and host Kyrgyz Republic, and will play October 20th through the 28th. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
Where will your sip take you?
You're going to need more than an oil change. Okay.
Try our new slushies at McDonald's. Tropic Twist, Blue Raspberry, and Cherry Limeade. Perfect for summer for a limited time.
We're celebrating our 135th anniversary today, both in the outlying regions on which we hub and also here in Guam itself. It means so much to our team here in Guam. It means a lot to us in the Matson management team, because what it says is we're here to stay. It's a real physical manifestation of our commitment to this region. It's so important that we hire locally, we develop talent locally, we train locally. What's been a wonderful addition to our approach there is that many of the people who started off in Guam have gone off into significant leadership roles elsewhere in the company.
This is our headquarters here in Guam in Micronesia. And when we talk about putting down our roots, it's not just doing business, it's about everything we do with our friends, our customers, and our employees. I believe that nobody can replicate what we do, and that's why we have such a great team and such a great service and why we're successful. This is our home, this is our life, and we're happy to make a difference in everyone else's life.
Beat the increase at Triple J. Buy now before the sales tax starts. 0 down, 1.9% financing, and easy trade-in. Now is the time to buy. Get into a 2018 Mazda CX-5 at our lowest price yet, only $19,995. Or our big boy truck, the Ford F-150, starting at $298 per paycheck. Or the North American Car of the Year, the 2018 Honda Accord at only $206 per paycheck. Beat the increase and buy now at Triple J. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Now to our latest round of birthday shoutouts. Happy birthday, Connor J. Cundiff, Alexander Jude Barrett, wishing our AJ a happy birthday as he turns double digits. You're a 10. We love you from the family. Alana Marie Kahele, happy 8th birthday, Alana Marie. Love, big brother Makoa, baby brother Kainoa, and your entire family. You are so loved. Jason Datuan, happy born day to a different kind of soul. May Therese Suiko Lingao, happy 31st birthday from hubby Leonardo, kids Lean and baby girl Belle Therese, brother-in-law Buds and in-laws Bernardo and Bernadette. Love us all from the amiable familia. Vivian Delgado, happy birthday mama, my mom, we love you. Love Nicole, Byron, Nick, Nathina, Tori Taylor, baby Byron, Kevin Curtis Quinn, and the entire familia. And happy belated birthday to Jonah Luke Verheeren.
Also, a very happy birthday to Keisha, Anadara Garrido. Happy blessed birthday. If you want to be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, go to KUAM.com. It's that simple.
Yeah, keep it here. Extra starts right now.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.
Thanks for sticking around for KUAM News Extra. Tonight we're going to learn about World Oceans Day at the Outrigger Guam Beach Resort, and we'll see what was mixing up at the bar. But first, Cam's joining us in studio to tell us about Saturday's Special Olympics Aquatics event. Hey Cam, how you doing?
Good, thanks Nick.
Okay, so the aquatics event, tell us what do people need to know if they want to check it out?
Okay, so the aquatic event is happening this Saturday at Aganya Pool, June 9th. We'll have a setup around 8. We're trying to get the ceremonies done and get the event started around 9.
Yeah.
It's probably a 3-hour event. We have 72 participants or athletes or competitors. We have adults and we have youth. Each of them will do 2 events throughout the day, and they'll compete in 2 events, and then we'll have a ceremony giving them their trophies.
Of course.
And you guys can come out and support and cheer them on as they participate in their event. We'll have food. We'll have water, drinks. It's going to be hopefully it's a good day. It's not raining.
Right.
It's been